Before today's video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest videos. If you want to see a case or topic covered by Paranormally Listed, then go to criminallylisted.com and fill out the questionnaire under the Suggest a Case tab. Did you know that we're on social media? You can find us at facebook.com/criminallylisted and at criminally_listed on Instagram. Make sure you follow us to stay up to date on the latest news. Roads. We walk down them, we drive on them, and we see them every day. They are such a normal and essential part of life that the thought of them being scary or sinister is unnerving to say the least. However, these three roads are ones that many claim are haunted, and some people have sworn they will never go down them again. Number 3. Boy Scout Lane. Our first road is Boy Scout Lane, and that is considered one of the top haunted roads in the world. Boy Scout Lane can be found in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and it's got its name from an event that may or may not have happened. The common story that is told about Boy Scout Lane occurred in the 1950s or the 1960s. Supposedly, a troop of Boy Scouts went into the woods in the area to camp. The tragic part is that all the Boy Scouts disappeared, were never seen or heard from again. Unless you count seeing and hearing ghost Boy Scouts, because people claim to see that a lot, but we'll get to that. The story is vague about what exactly happened. Some theorize that the children were all murdered in their sleep by the bus driver who lost his mind. Others have suggested that there was a forest fire that killed the boys while one of them dropped their lanterns. Some have even surmised that two boys got away and started running for help, but they died after getting lost in the woods. The strange part about the story is that there was never a report of a disappearance in the area of an entire troop of Boy Scouts. And you would think that there would be something reported regarding Boy Scouts in this road to make this story endure for so long. Maybe the Boy Scouts got super lost for a long time or had the worst camping trip ever, and that was reported. But no, it turns out that nothing at all was reported at the time. So, why the name? Great question. It turns out that the Boy Scouts of America purchased the land around the road and had plans to make it a camp. But, like the Boy Scout troop's disappearance, this camp never happened either. However, the name was forever connected to the area. Even though no Boy Scouts died there, or at least on record, and no Boy Scouts ever even camped there, people still claim to hear boys in the forest around the road. This includes sounds of branches breaking nearby as though someone had walked on them when no one was there. They also hear children's laughter. They've seen lights as though boys were walking around with their lanterns, or heard footsteps, or even felt like someone is watching them. Some of the creepier sightings have been people who think they see a bus full of kids on it, but everyone is transparent. Others have said they found children's handprints on their cars. Some have argued that the young boys are still in the forest and they're looking for each other, or looking for a way out. Something, it seems, they may never find. That is, of course, if a troop of Boy Scouts were ever even there to begin with. Number 2. The Oldnall Road. You'll find our next road in the West Midlands, England. The Oldnall Road can be found between Cranley and Woolscott. You should be very careful if you ever find yourself driving on Oldnall Road. The road is a magnet for car accidents. There was a period in 2011 when 4 reported car accidents occurred in 3 days. There was also a period of 20 reported car crashes in 2 months. In some of these cases, the drivers inexplicably lost complete control. In another case, frost on the road was blamed for the crash, but the driver stated that there was no frost on the road that day. What could it be? Is it a poorly constructed road? Is it just a really slippery road? Too many sharp turns? Is it the long and winding road the Beatles sang about? None of these seem to be the answer. It turns out that it's a young girl. Many drivers have claimed to have seen a young girl between the ages of 3 and 5 standing in the middle of the road. She is wearing Victorian-era clothing. Drivers have stated that the young girl appears in the street and they try desperately to avoid hitting her. In doing so, they find themselves in car accidents, but when they go check on the little girl, she is no longer there. Now, not every single driver who finds himself in a car accident on Oldnall Road has reported seeing the girl, but her ghostly presence seems to have caused an overwhelming number of accidents. In fact, the young girl's presence is so pervasive that David Taylor, who is the Parasearch Group chairman, has been investigating the road. He has yet to find a historical or plausible explanation for what is occurring on Oldnall Road. He doesn't even know who the child is who seems to appear to all these drivers. He thinks that people may be seeing an optical illusion. While much is unknown about the going-ons on this road, it's fair to say that whatever it is causing major havoc and accidents, making it very dangerous. Number 1. Clinton Road. Our top road can be found in Passaic County, New Jersey. It is Clinton Road, and it is considered the scariest road in America. The co-creator of Weird NJ magazine and the website calls Clinton Road like a dark highway into people's innermost fears. The road is also described as a back road to hell. So maybe the scariest road title isn't an overstatement. Clinton Road is 10 miles and it stretches from the New Jersey Route 23 and heads north to Upper Greenwood Lake. It feels like it's in the middle of nowhere with few houses and buildings along the road. However, there are many ghosts. The mysteries of this road go back as far as 1905, maybe even earlier, but in 1905, J. Percy Crayon wrote about the road. He detailed the normal and paranormal presence that can be found in the woods along the road. Whether it be robbers and witches or ghosts, the woods near Clinton Road seem to have it all. The hauntings are diverse on Clinton Road. Name a paranormal presence, and Clinton Road has it. UFOs? Check. Weird black trucks that get too close to your back bumper? Check. Snow in July? Check. Flashing lights? Check. Many features of this road have very specific paranormal events that accompany them. One of these is a bridge. If you stand on the bridge, throw coins into the water, a ghost boy will either throw them back to you or place them in the middle of the road, when no one's looking, of course. People have reported seeing the reflection of the young boy in the water after they threw their coins. There are several theories of who this young boy could be and why he haunts the bridge on Clinton Road. One is that the young boy's friends told him to stand on one of the bridges on Clinton Road. No one is sure which one, and they drove to Route 23 and then returned. Upon their return, the young boy was dead. A second theory is that the boy was hit by a car when he was retrieving a coin he saw on the road. Some even say that if you go to pick up coins in the middle of the street, he'll push you. But he's pushing you out of the way so you don't get hit by a car. He's protecting people so they don't meet the same fate as him, but it makes you wonder why he puts coins in the middle of the street in the first place. But we digress. Furthermore, he tends to push people into the lake, so is he helpful or evil? Another feature of Clinton Road that has caused particular problems is the appropriately titled Dead Man's Curve. It's part of the road that bends and makes a fairly tight turn. You will now find barriers on the road in the area. They weren't always there. Not only is this area of the road precarious due to the driving conditions, but it's also a place where ghosts congregate and where members of the occult and the KKK have performed their rituals. There was also a mansion in the area that was called Cross Castle. It's named after Richard Jr. Cross, who built it in 1905. He actually never called it Cross Castle, he called it Bearford due to the mountain range in the area. Richard Jr. Cross passed away in 1917, and the family sold the mansion to the city of Newark in 1919. Many people have detailed strange occurrences when they come into contact with the mansion. These include physical reactions. One person reported hearing chanting while they were there, and then they had a seizure. But it would only be this. There are also some very concrete signs that not all is right in the mansion. People have seen graffiti on the walls, specifically satanic writings, including Leviathan, Church of Satan's Code of Conduct. There were also rock formations found. The mansion ultimately burned down, and a demolition crew found satanic writing on the basement walls. However, the strange thing was that they had no idea how anyone would have been able to reach that area where the writing was found. We don't know about you, but we will be avoiding these 3 roads. However, if we do find ourselves close to them, we will drive as quickly as possible and as safely as possible, and try to ignore all the ghost children trying to push us into the water or make us veer off the road. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. If you did find it interesting, please make sure you subscribe. We'll have a new video about the paranormal every week. If you just discovered this channel, please make sure you check out our other channel, Criminally Listed. We have over 325 videos featuring bizarre but true crime stories. You can find it at youtube.com/criminallylisted. We also have a podcast about cold cases that were eventually solved called Criminally Listed Presents Into the Killing. You can find it on Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you find great podcasts. But that's all for today. Thanks again for watching.